Well, Gavin Newsom has been mocking Donald Trump's truth posts using caps locks and taking weird jabs and sharing AI content. Here's one of them. Governor Gavin Newsom's press office shared an AI photo of Kid Rock that said, "Kid Rock wants you to support Gavin Newsom," to which Kid Rock replied, "The only support Gavin Newsom will ever get out of me is from D's nuts." A good D. And by the way, this is the world we live in. This is the world we've chosen. This is the path we're going down. And there's no going back now. This is politics in America. You know, you used to always watch those videos of politics in other countries where they're fighting each other on the parliament floor. And you're like, whatever happened to decorum? Decorum is gone. We're talking D's nuts now. So I'm going to share what Gavin Newsom had to say about the strategy as it's gone completely viral. The funny part is the more protesting by the MAGA community saying, this is dumb, this is not, no one cares about this, the more people are laughing about it. Have a listen.
After a string of posts over the past week mimicking the president's writing style in all caps, the governor's press office has become parody central, now responding to social posts with memes and sarcastic messages. According to Governor Newsom, it's the president who set this tone.
If you've got issues with what I'm putting out, you sure as hell should have concerns about what he's putting out as president. So to the extent it's gotten some attention, I'm pleased. But I think the deeper question is, how have we allowed the normalization of his tweets through social posts over the course of the last many years to go without similar scrutiny?
There it is. I mean, look, the MAGA community took the bait. He said, you want to talk that way, we'll talk this way. And now they're like, why are you talking this way? And it's like, come on, this is unbecoming of a president, of the president of California, right? The head of California. Either way, Newsom lands a troll on Greg Abbott. Here's the response. Of course, Greg Abbott in a wheelchair.
Congressman Greg Abbott, who is in a wheelchair, and Newsom says he rolled over for Trump. That's almost as bad as Jasmine Crockett calling him Governor Hot Wheels. You know, we asked for a statement, and Newsom's office said something flippant like, you know, oh, you're so woke, he'll get over it. Abbott will get over it. Your response to that?
There it is. You're so woke, you'll get over it. Yeah, well, look, I'll say this. It's a dirty game that they're playing. It's a dirty game. But what it's showing is, like, look, are we really going to feel bad for Greg Abbott right now? A guy that's trying to rewrite the the districts, the gerrymandering in Texas, also that they can find 5 new Republican seats of the House. Are we supposed to feel bad for him? By any means necessary, it seems as though Gavin Newsom's strategy is to gain media attention and fight. So this week, the special session's back up in Texas, and they are voting to redistrict, and California is going to vote to also redistrict. But this is kind of the epicenter of why Gavin Newsom's pulling this card. He's saying enough is enough.
For the last week, Gavin Newsom, why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over." And if he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious.
And of course, the irony not lost on anybody. How can they say this with a straight face when the president has been doing this for years? You know, attacking Rosie O'Donnell, attacking a late night TV show host, failed this, Rhino that. I mean, it's nonstop attacks. Here are Texas Democrats barred from leaving the chamber in Texas without a police escort. This story is absolutely insane. There is somebody right now locked in the Texas chamber because she refuses to sign a permission slip to be... Okay, hold on. It's complicated, but this is definitely an abuse of power. Have a listen.
Texas Democratic lawmakers returning to Austin to cheers and consequences.
The doorkeeper will lock the doors.
Ending their quorum break, but not escaping law enforcement. Republican leaders barring the Democrats from leaving the chamber without a police escort. The Texas House Speaker's office tells us the escorts are in accordance with House rules authorizing leadership to compel attendance. but one Democrat refusing to comply, sitting at her desk on the House floor in protest.
You're right inside these doors, but we can't get to each other because you say you're not free to leave.
Now they're showing that they have power over us, and that's why they're using the force of law enforcement.
Republicans wasting no time, passing the new congressional maps out of committee Monday night, setting them on a fast track to passage.
So you have to understand how insane this is, right? I know we've normalized a lot of crazy behavior, but the reason Governor Newsom is sending out all these crazy tweets is to do kind of like an eye for an eye thing, right? Saying, you want to behave this way, we'll behave this way. You want to gerrymander, we'll gerrymander. We are done taking the high road. So could you imagine being in Texas and being part of the majority party, the Republicans here, and voting to have your Democratic colleagues police escorted, all because you're trying to illegally gerrymander in the middle of a term when it's not normally done. It's normally done every 10 years with the census, and they're trying to gerrymander, which is to divide the lines in a way that will water down any Democratic support. And essentially, it's super racist because they're trying to take the voices away from minority communities. Here we have on the Midas Touch podcast another comment from Rep. Collier, who is, again, locked in. And by the way, I don't know if she has access to Postmates or a bathroom. I don't know what's going on in there. I would be bored as hell. Does she have her iPhone charger? So many questions.
State Representative Collier, you're there right now on the Texas House floor. You are locked there. They have locked you in there and saying they're not letting you leave until you basically sign a permission slip. Can you tell us what's going on? What's happening right now?
Well, the explanation that you provided is very accurate. Today, when quorum was restored, the speaker announced that those who had left the state for breaking quorum would be required to sign a permission slip agreeing to be released into the custody of DPS so that they can ensure the return of those members so that they can have a quorum on Wednesday to pass those racist maps. I refused. I just refused to sign this piece of paper. I'm not a criminal. I'm exercising my First Amendment right to resist in my speech. And so I refused to sign. And so I was told that I was going to have to stay here on the floor. They have locked the doors. The sergeants have been instructed not to allow me to leave until I have a permission slip.
This feels like the lamest Mr. Beast video ever. Locked in the congressional doors for 100 days. You know, this is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous world we live in. My hope is that when it comes time to vote in Texas, that Texans will get educated on this and vote these real, just pathetic cowards out of office. Clearly, what of this has to do with lowering grocery prices? What if this has to do with building infrastructure and investing in small, businesses? What does this have to do with a healthcare plan? None of it. Has to do with none of that. All right, that's it for me. We'll be back in the morning. We're here twice a day, every day, all your pop culture and politics in one place. We'll see you then. I'm Dave. This is The Rush.